Greetings, salutations, Ben here, and welcome to Canucks with Guitars, presented by, I don't know, people that were presented by. It says it on the bottom. Read. If you're on phone, squint to read, because I know my demographic. Nobody on a mobile device is reading that. I got Terry's 333 Gs joining me. We got Trev, and we got Charles 75N, because hashtag lifestyle choices. Ben sends him the link for some reason, and he's like, I'll click on a link. Ben sent it to me, so he's here.
That's exactly how that went down. That was my decision-making process.
Perfect.
You know,
That was Charles impersonating Charles Xavier and telepathically saying, invite me on the show, Ben.
Of guest stars on the Monday night show. It's like Pete Thorne, Tim Pierce, and Charles 75N.
Dr. Fabric Top.
Just saying.
Thank you very much.
Traditionally on the channel, you usually have one Charles followed by another Charles anyways, so...
Yeah, it is kind of the history of the channel.
Yeah, true enough.
That is true. That's true. Who do we got? Wow, we already got like a bunch of people in the chat. Let's see what we got. We got Billy Baloney. Speaking of which, we got an unboxing from Billy Baloney. Well, I already know what it is because he gave it to me at Cosmo Fest. Recap on Cosmo Fest as well. But yes. Quentin James Hyundai is here. Perfect. Ferd Burfel, Richard Nagamitsu, D. White Bailey, Michael Kraus, Jay Santiago, Presley California Customs. Let's see here. Co-host of Guitar Safari with this guy. Just saying, every Sunday, whether you like it or not. Check it out, folks. Paul McNary and the Cats. Randy Crooks is here. Dennis Ellis is here. That's good. Mark's Gas Station. Who else? Tim Thomas. River Docs. What's up, Doc? Dickie Betts video out earlier. Just saying. Check it out, folks. Who else we got in here? JP Page 2.
Good to see that Bill.
It almost came as Jimmy Page 2. Sure. That works as well. Bill answered to both.
Patrick?
Who else we got in here? Patrick Traits. Absolute Mayhem. As well. Joe Herbie 84 was first in the chat. Taylor 315 in the house. Awesome. Riff. Yes, part of the Cosmo. Hung out with Riff. Along with Billy and Absolute Mayhem. The four of us. We were the four horsemen of the smoking pit, I guess. Sure, we'll go with that. Jeff Oathler is here. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. So, yes. Awesome. I realized my lighter died during the intro, so you wonder what I was doing during the intro video. It ran. I'm like, come on! Just a little flame. Just keep her going. Oof to May. So, yes, we got lots to discuss. We got an Explorer update.
Oh.
Yep. Got an Explorer update. So, I don't know. What first? Dave Chase. What's up, buddy? Do we do a poll? No. We could do a poll. We got people in here. How do we do a poll? Engage with your audience. Right. Start a poll. Ask a question. First topic.
Question, do
Good
you
day, eh? The first topic of tonight is...
The bad to Molson Canadian. The bad's blue, Molson Canadian.
They should. Maybe the poll is, can they guess what the update is, right?
Right.
Or what's in the box.
There we go. The poll is live. We've got 46 people in here. While y'all are polling and deciding on what to vote on, I'm going to go grab another lighter.
Perfect.
Talk amongst yourselves.
See, there's another reason for Charles to be on.
Well, Terry, what do you got in the mug tonight there?
My usual coffee.
And Trev, what are you sipping on?
I did a homemade lemon sweet tea.
Oh, very nice.
Nice.
couple quarts of that in the fridge.
What's up, Scott Brockway?
And Charles, what do you have then?
I have a Blue Moon Belgian White.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Very
You know,
I'm doing the Avec W.
Ah,
Had Dad's last night and have a mug root beer available for a tasting video.
I had a Barks at lunch.
Nice.
Oh, I like Barks.
When you look in the fridge, you got 3 kinds of soda pop, and they're all root beer.
Doing something right.
I like variety, but not too much variety, apparently. Like, easy. You know?
Oh, Scott.
So, since I just remembered I have a poll on the go, I suppose I should look at the results here.
Oh, there you go.
Explorer update 59%.
Nobody cares about Cosmo. Nobody cares.
No. It's Explorer update and unboxing.
All right. So I guess we'll do it in that order, right? We'll do the Explorer update first. We'll do the unboxing.
CosmoFest.
That's fine, Scott. That's cool. And we'll do Cosmo Fest recap.
Richard asks you, what's your favorite root beer?
Richard Nagamitsu, that would be A&W. A&W is my favorite. William De Silva in the house.
Cheers, William. Good to see you, bud.
All right, yeah. We're ending the poll. How was 5440? Don't know. Didn't stick. That's part of the update.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait for that.
Patrick, quit cutting in line. Patrick was one of the 10% that voted for the Cosmo Fest update. He's like, screw you! I'll ask questions to find out the updates myself. All right, so the Explorer update. As of last Monday, previously on last episode of Canucks with Guitars, the update was that we found an Explorer in PEI. And we're trying to get it to Ontario, but they didn't have a box. So, like, okay, now granted, I had something shipped from Edmonton to Belleville in 24 hours. So, in theory, the guitar could have been there Tuesday. I waited for a phone call, and I waited. So finally I got bored on Friday, wandered on over. I said, hey, any Explorer-shaped objects arrive during the week? No. But a guy was neck-deep in repairs and such, so he says, well, if I get a chance, I'll call them. Harass them. Okay. So I went over this morning. Any Explorer-shaped objects arrive, over the weekend or this morning, right? Oh, dang it! Right. So, the guy that was going to call on Friday, he's like, no, and he felt bad, and I'm giving him a hard time. Much like I give you a hard time, Charles. So I'm giving him a hard time, but I'm not really giving him a hard time. I'm just like, I'm needling him a bit. I'm like, a competent employee of Long and McQuaid would have been on this, Yeah, I'm really disappointed. So I got, I'm talking with Travis, and he's kind of looking up in the database. He's like, I don't know, it looks like it's still there. And I'm like, this is not an option. So I had the idea I ran by you, Trev, your guitar, the Epiphone Prophecy deal. Apparently, there's a token one of those in every flippin' Long and McQuaid I've ever been in my life, right? But that's the only Explorers. So I thought, I'm going to call the Summerside PI store, Terry, and go, hey, do you have one of those Epiphone Prophecy Explorer-shaped objects in stock? And they say, why, yes, we do. Because they do, Terry, right? I would say, great. Do you have the box for it? Yeah. Well, put my fucking Gibson Explorer in that box and ship it to Belleville. So before I got the chance to do that, as I'm talking to Travis, and I'm telling Travis this, right? Well, I'm thinking Because I don't know about you, Trev, near yours, but I had the dual checkout, with the gap of about 4 feet between the two checkouts. So there's a phone at each one. And our friend Dan was on the other one on the phone. Guess who he was on the phone with? Yeah, that's right. Because when they answered the phone, they said, it shipped. That was the first thing, because they saw the area code. And they said, is this the Belleville store? And they probably heard me in the background, and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And they went, is this the Belleville store? Yep, it shipped. Okay. Because I was like, that was a quick phone call. What's up, John Shane?
Brother
Papa
John.
Blue.
Hey, John.
Zach Thong. So I found it. Oh, it had been shipped. All right. And I thought, oh, maybe. I said the line, Trev. Maybe. This customer appreciation day is coming up on Saturday. This customer would really appreciate his Explorer showing up by Saturday.
Yeah.
Love it.
Being, customer appreciation day.
Yeah.
So I, as a customer, I appreciate it. So the question is, there's two ways to ship it. It either goes with the Purolator, which is that Purolator is like Canadian FedEx, okay? But it's part of the mail, but it's not part of the mail. They're fast though, Charles, is what I'm saying, right? They're the ones 24 hours or less. Well, yeah, to a point. A-level stores, yes. Central Canada, yes. But when you get over on the other side of the Rockies where Trev is, or past fucking Quebec, basically, they're like, yeah, we don't like using Purolator. It costs a bit of a coin. Because I'm thinking there's a flight involved. Purolator trucks don't like going through the Rockies, Trev. They're like, fuck, I'm not doing the Coca-Cola. Fuck you, I'm not doing it. I get it. They're smart drivers. If you want to know what the Coca-Cola is like, world viewers, look up a TV show called Highway Through Hell.
That's the one.
Or you don't even have to click on the search results. Just the name alone kind of tells you it's not exactly a straight line.
No.
Kansas anymore.
Yeah, it's not. No, it's not Paul McNary country, is what I'm saying. Which anybody who doesn't know where Paul lives going, what does that even mean? So,
the land of cats.
our friend Steph, the manager at Long Way. Thanks, Jim. Just that much closer to owning Explorer. I do appreciate $5 is $5.
Yeah. So,
Steph, because she's a man, I don't know. She's got extra digital access. I don't know. She was on the keyboard. I don't know. But she looked it up, Charles, and she's like, "Oh, it has been shipped." I'm like, "Oh, she confirmed it." But it's like on the Long and McQuaid, like the photo I sent you. Mm-hmm. It's on one of those headed from the coast, which means it's going to hit every store. So I'm hoping it already did Nova Scotia and then turned around to PEI, and then it'll be coming through New Brunswick. She's figuring maybe the middle of next week it'll arrive.
Oh, the waiting.
So much like a pedal from LPD when I order, it's going on a whirlwind tour. This time it's a cross Canada adventure.
Coast Canada. Yeah.
It's going through the Maritimes.
Well, you know,
It's a maritime miracle if it makes it out of there. I'm just saying.
Hopefully it makes it through the fires okay.
It'll help it play more authentic. It's been on the road.
Right? Road worn. All right. So, yeah, that's the update on the Explorer. She's like, I'm sorry it isn't here now. I'm like, that's okay. I don't have the money to pay for it. And she went, I'm like, yeah, we still need to talk about pricing and stuff.
By the way.
which, we were talking about display area because there's gaps and stuff. Like, I noticed they didn't have this. They don't have this. They're like, supply issues still, right? Like, there used to be a display for guitar racks, like I have here and Charles has there, And I just made a comment. Not that a fella needs another one, Charles, because if I have one, that means I need to fill it.
Yeah.
And I said, you used to have a whole bunch of them right there. And, I was like, I know they're going up in price. She said, yeah, they're going up in price. And I can't get any in. But I take it you need one. I'm like, not really. He says, well, do you want one that's already put together out of the box? Is it be cheaper? Oh, you said the C word.
Whether you needed it or not. I don't know about you. I don't.
The
think
friendly C word.
So a fella snagged another 5-spacer for $25.
Wow.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Which I think are now like $100 at the store, new.
Right.
She brings it out. She's like, "Well, there you go." And I'm like, without being impolite and around customers, I'm, how much? Pass slip of paper to Travis that said 25 on it. I went, fine. So now we got 5 more parking spots for guitars.
Nice.
So you know the rule.
Yeah, like I need another 5-space rack, right? Because moved up. Will someone explain that to my sister? Because she'll be like, really, dude? Really? 5? Yeah. So,
Well, see,
it's unbelievable.
See, Ben, that's what you call marketing, though, right?
Hmm.
Because they give you the rack, they know you're coming back for the guitars.
Gotta fill it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, well, you need a spot for your Explorer. I'm like, already have a spot. Oh, speaking of, my sister just texted me. I'm about to get a thunderstorm. All right, so if I drop out, it's because do a thunderstorm.
I like the comments. I think she likes them. Well, if that's the case, that's not the kind of rack he'd be interested in.
But
I like all kinds of racks.
I like my racks.
So, yeah. So there's that. I'm also going over there tomorrow to shoot a bunch of demos, including a custom shop. Oh, there's my sister. See, I was just... Yeah. So, yeah.
Also, Burf.
So,
What
yeah.
are you, a Mog?
Tomorrow, one of the things I'll be demoing is a Gibby Custom Shop 58 reissue.
Very nice.
The lovely Cherry Burst.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Oh, it was nice looking, Terry. I didn't even take it out yet, but I was just like, oh, because it's in the case with the lighting. It's, also, I'm going to see if it shows up on camera as the Flip Flop Paint Charvel, the chameleon color thing. I don't know. I don't know what they call it. I'm hoping that it's a slow day, Charles, so I get an assistant, which means somebody to tune the guitars prior to me playing the guitars.
Yeah.
You see? So someone else can tune a Floating Floyd before I demo a Floating Floyd.
Yeah.
So, yes. So that brings us to the next topic, the unboxing from Billy Baloney. Excuse me. Saw him at the CosmoFest. You'll see the actual meeting. Caught it on camera, if you will.
Awesome.
What's up, Max Josephson? So I got a gift box, if you will. Billy went, here, happy belated birthday. And I said, thank you very much. And I'm just saying, for me,
Box of bologna?
all right, I did get some steel candy.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Yeah, which ooh, there's a bit of honey in there. Tootsie Roll, though, we can get those in Canada, man. Fruit juice. Oh man, that's just good. Yep. All right. Anywho's, we got some stale candy. Still haven't heard back from Aaron yet. Aaron, if you're lurking, reply. We got an Epiphone decal.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Actually, that is nice.
Oh.
Wow. The old school.
Ooh, Wampler, certified.
Wow.
Tone chaser.
Okay.
Wampler Pedals, certified tone
So it's
chaser.
making this box a little more interesting now.
Got a Chicago Music Exchange. Speaking of Chicago, Aaron. Reply.
It all comes back.
Right? So I'm doing the best for last. We also have a Chicago Music Exchange guitar pick. Wait,
Very nice.
oh, there.
That's
I
actually
can't
pretty
flip that way.
nice.
Sure. We have one of my personal faves, a JHS Gravity pick.
Cool.
I have a few of those and enjoy it. And oh, let's see who is going to be the first to recognize this. Focus.
Oh,
Focus. There it is.
oh, wish I could.
Come on, Charles, you know this.
I don't have it. I really don't.
No idea.
No way, RJ Ronquillo?
You got it.
Wow.
That's right. Scott Brockway got it. RJ.
There you go.
So then, I got
That's actually a cool pick.
for my morning tea. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All the pedals.
There you
That's
go.
funny because I was actually looking at that cup and thinking similarly.
The funny, Billy was wearing the matching T-shirt. Is what I'm saying. And he said, "I was getting the shirt, and I saw the mug, and mazel." So
That's
That is pretty
awesome.
cool.
yeah,
is pretty
and
great.
it's got all the flavors of pedals on there, which is awesome. And I love it. And yes, so I'm like, yeah, which will be featured probably in a patron and or member video. Drinking my tea. Yeah, so love it. All right. Which way does that go in? Does it go in one way? I don't know. Oh, there. Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
No, that is cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna get some use.
So, reminds me. Oh, my sister's like, it's coming. Sure, it is. It's not like I can control it. Like I do anything different. I'm doing a show. What are we gonna do? Oh, sorry, guys. It's, no.
Well, you could go outside real quick and yell at this guy.
Holy crap on a cracker! Did you see Bo's comment, Trev? Did you
I
see
did.
Bo's comment? Did you see Bo's comment? Is what
I
I'm
did,
saying.
and I'm currently calculating what it would take
That's
to
what
be
you.
able to
How much
move
for everything?
and work for him.
Oh, wow.
Probably needs a caretaker, sweep the floors and stuff.
Yeah. So after I thank the patrons, we'll get on to Scott Brockway's Eagle Eye. Easy. So I'd like to shout out my patrons, all y'all. You become patron at that address, and you get shouted out as well. I want to shout out Mr. Anderson 59, Hot Rod Josh Tamberg, hey that guy Charles 75N, unfucking believable, Charles Green, Gear Junkie 35, Symmetry, Jeff K, Bent Tom, John ZD 351, JP Page 2, Other Left, Paul McNary, and the cats, especially the cats. Keith H, Blackjack Guitar, Fruitcake Tony, Mo Hogany, Randy Crooks, Doug Strong, more on him later, Cousin Todd Flowers, Guitar Man 45, as referenced earlier in the chat, T. Ricky, and LRM Guitars. Nice. Also, shout out L&M Guitar Corner. Just cuz. There's Josh Tamberg.
Hey, Josh. You know, there's
So, Saturday, north of Toronto. I believe it was a third of the Junes.
Kind of work.
Thought about it. Cannot make up lyrics on the gun. So we went up to Cosmo Fest. Video vlog recap Wednesday. So if you missed some of what I'm about to say, don't worry about it. There's a video. So, right about 9 a.m., Charles, absolute mayhem. Pulls into the parking lot, driveway, if you will, with a Camaro-shaped object. So we got enough horsepower to make it. Right? So we got on the highway shortly thereafter. Hammer down, westbound and down. All right. So we're giving her. And partway there, Billy Baloney, who's coming in from the greater Cleveland area. I don't know, Zach. I don't know what time it starts. I'll probably be over there around noon. Let's say around noon. Especially if RJ. It depends on if RJ is doing a show. So,
Mhm.
because it's right over there. So, as we're driving, Billy's like, "Hey, I'm already in town. But what time you headed over?" So, looked at the old Gyps machine, and it said, "You're going to be there in 48 minutes." I said, "We'll be there in about an hour." Buffer. So, it was at about that point that I realized I should be documenting today. So I started shooting a vlog video. Already on the road. And so we get there, and for those who don't know, Cosmo Music is on the corner of an industrial park, we'll say, okay? Traditionally, Trev, all the buildings have parking for about 40 cars, you know. You could just pull into various parking lots and just park there and walk over. Well, no, everything's gated and cameras and you get out of here signs and, you know, go away signs and stuff. So we're like, well, where are we going to park? So just as I was about to tell Mayhem, I'll just dip out and you can park a mile away and walk and I'll just meet you here. Because I'm not driving. The very next, there's a guy sitting on a chair with a barricade and some kind of sign. Ooh, what's that? Right next door to Cosmo, Trev. Right, like I mean, right next door.
Very next door.
Like we look at Google Maps, there's Cosmo building next door. Okay, and it says artist parking and staff. So Mayhem puts down the window. He's like, "Hey, yeah, we're here. We got Ben Coombs from Canucks with Guitars. You know, YouTube, fucking famous guy. I don't know. I'm just the chauffeur." I'm like, "Hey." He's like, "Hey." He's got the list. He's got a clipboard.
Of course.
You are not on the list.
Damn it.
So I said, Charles, well, I registered.
Okay.
You know, I did. I registered for Cosmo Fest.
Right.
And he says, "Who are you?" I said, "Ben." He's like, and so Mayhem's like, "He's medium or media. You know, he's covering the event for YouTube." "Oh, well, I better put you on the list." Like, okay.
Right. Damn right you should.
Shit.
He says, what's your organization?" I said, "Me?
Mhm.
I am me."
Guitars.
I say I got a show
Your
called
whole
Canucks with Guitars, Monday nights at 8 p.m. He goes, "Hey, I like that name." I said, "You should subscribe." Hey, if you did.
Mhm.
And so, you know, squeaky marker sound. Wrote the name. All right. License plate. Driving a bitchin' Camaro. Yep. All right. Cool. Well, silver bitchin'. All right. It's around that time, Doug Strong actually, we haven't got to you yet, Doug. So they said, "Hey, pull around, just park around the back of this building." I'm like, all right. So we pull around back, and there's a camper trailer with the awning out. And I'm like, I've been around enough music events that when there's a camper trailer in a random parking lot like that, that's for the band. So I'm assuming that's for 5440. But it's 11 a.m., band round. Because they're on West
Right.
Coast time and they're musicians. So we're not going to see them for fucking hours. Right? I should have said I was Water Buffalo. You're right, Bo. So we pull around the back, and by the time we get to the parking spot, we look up, and there's the back of Cosmo Fest. Like, I can see the beer garden, I can see the main stage, I can see the dumpster with a gap this wide next to the dumpster, so which means we have access, because there's a security guy there, but we have access.
Little
I'm
past.
like, "Hey, how you doing?" And the guy's like, "Hey, I'm just letting you know I'm going to be fucking cutting through here because I ain't walking all the way around just to get here. Because I'm going to be hanging out right there because it's a smoking area." And, you know,
Mm-hmm.
which I found I didn't know you had to be there to vape as well, but you know, I was told within 2 minutes of arriving because I'm like, "Hey, this is a cool place." And they're like, no, over there. I'm like,
Jeez.
fair enough. But they were politer about it. So I said to Mayhem, he goes, "Well, let's just cut through here." I'm like, "No, because there's registration and wristbands and, you know, infrastructure. Let's do this legit." Okay. I'm like, especially since we're parking in a spot we're not really supposed to be. You know, so let's not rock the boat, Mayhem. You know,
Yep,
when we
don't push
go to leave, we don't want to find an empty parking spot with a tow ticket. You know, is what I'm saying. So we walk out to the road to walk 15 feet to the entrance, and we walk the 15 feet on the sidewalk, and I go, "Hey!" I'm like, turn around. "Yes?" "Hey, weren't you at the last event? Didn't you shoot a vlog for here?" So yeah, he goes, "Yeah, we watched it on the way over." I'm like, "Awesome."
Nice.
I said, did you subscribe? No. Fuck you. I'm like, what do you want? You know, pat on the back? Did you at least like it? I don't know. Well, which again, if you subscribe later, I apologize, but you didn't. I know you didn't. So you didn't. So we walk in, and there's security people. Hey, we gotta check your bags. And I was about to undo my fly, but then no, not that kind. Okay. Where's the registration? There was no registration, and I said to the people, I'm like, isn't there supposed to be a registration? And clearly, these people, it's their first year working it because they're like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I'm like, this isn't my first rodeo here. Clearly, it's yours. There used to be infrastructure here where the point of registering is so you got a wristband for that you scan for prizes and this and that. No, all right, well, whatever. So we just walk in, and I'm like, well, I need to use the facilities. I'm thinking, well, there's one washroom in the store. And there's thousands of people here. So that's not an option. Let's go. I knew where the porta potties were because I saw them. They're right next to the smoking area. So Ben makes a beeline. As soon as Ben's through the pavilion tent, he starts vaping. That's what I was told. Hey, over there. I'm like, not a problem. Already headed that way. Get out of the pisser. Start my vlog. Hey, we're at Cosmo. Who walks up? There's Billy Baloney. Fire out. Got a gift.
Right on.
Right on. Check it out. Awesome. Get the keys from Mayhem. Because the car's right there. Bing. Don't have to carry the present. It's around that time, Doug Strong messaged. Family, babysitter, fell through. Looks like I'm not going to get there till like 4:30, 5 o'clock at best. Want to get together afterwards for something to eat? We're like, yeah, sure. You know, Kurt. It's only just after 11. We're fine. Oof to me. No, we weren't. So, went inside, started looking around, met Paul Reed Smith. He was there. I said,
cool.
Doug, easy. All right? Easy, Doug. I met Paul Reed Smith. I said, hey, nice to meet you, which it was. You build some nice guitars. I didn't say you build some nice guitars. I said you build some nice guitars. I left the pregnant pause in there.
You gotta
which, because he went, hey. I went, ah. He caught it. He went, okay. And then he turned away. You know, immediately, fuck you. I went, yep. That's fine. Well deserved, Paul. You know. So then we went over to the Rev booth, hanging out with the Rev guys. Billy was overwhelmed with the CanCon. And for those who don't know what CanCon means, it's Canadian content. And by that I mean the live entertainment started, and that was a Bryan Adams tribute act. So,
cool.
All Bryan all the time. Well, not all Bryan. They did a BTO cover, Trev. For some reason, there was a random BTO cover. Yeah, they did You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. I'm like, probably because the guy just liked the song. I'm like, sure. All right. Nobody will know it's just another Canadian. We know. We're Canadians. We know. So, hung out at the Rev booth for the better part of an hour. They're like, hey, Glenn Fricker's coming up. I'm like, that's cool. They're like, are you excited? I'm like, not really. Like, Glenn's a great guy, but, you know, I'm good. I've met Glenn before. He's a great guy.
Yeah, there's a picture of him in the intro.
Yeah, there's photo evidence even. So, Sean Tubbs was there hanging out with the Rev guys. That was nice. And I was checking out the Rev gear, and the Rev guys will probably be coming on for a hang. And we shall see about possibly some pedals coming in. But yeah, I did snag a trucker cap because whenever a fella can snag a mesh back, full on, it's just foam. There's no, it's not rigid at all. You know, like old school 80s awesomeness. With the thinnest cardboard ever in the bill. Like, she's instantly. I was like, yep, sign me up. Then I'm walking around with an extra hat. Mayhem, keys. See? Perfect. Car's right there.
Puff while you're there, right?
Oh, well, that's what he ended up doing. It was like, he ended up spending the whole time basically outside in the smoking area. And we walked around, and like I say, you know, Canadian content, overwhelming, folks, because you got the Bryan Adams playing, And I was like, oh yeah, you really forget how many hits the guy had until they're well over an hour into the set, and they still haven't done Run to You yet. But I got to hear Diana live, which was cool. I always liked that song. And Billy wasn't as familiar with that one. I'm like, that's okay. Some of the stuff that was album cuts was singles here. You should have grabbed one, Billy. Yeah.
Oh,
That's right, Mayhem. Your car is my man purse. So we walk around the corner because I was getting parched from vaping a lot in the sun and the heat. And so I got myself a nice fresh squeezed lemonade. One of my favorite things. Oh, heard that thunder. Hear that or a tractor? No, that's thunder because I can see the lines are from the wind. So we'll see how long I stay on here. So we noticed a theme that there was a barbecue food truck, and there was just a fries food truck, which is a lot of chip trucks. We call them rather than food trucks. There's chip trucks long before there's ever food trucks in Canada, right? Mm-hmm. Look at any Canadian Tire parking lot in the summer. Chances are there's a chip truck in the corner of it. Or a beer store, dealer's choice, or both.
Both.
What's up, hip? And so going around, and we noticed, regardless of the nationality of the theme, Charles, of the food truck, they all had poutine available. So there was your barbecue poutine, your classic poutine, your Mexican poutine, your Vietnamese poutine. I went, sure. Except for one food truck that, no.
Curry?
No. The one food truck that, get this, Terry, they only sold pizza, okay, and not even by the slice.
Had to buy the whole disc.
Had to buy an entire pizza.
wow.
I'm pretty sure they weren't there to sell any food, and it was just a front for the mob. Because I saw the two guys working the truck, and I'm pretty sure their shark skin suits were hanging on a hook inside. Because all I saw was an apron covering a wife blesser, and I'm pretty sure they're wearing dress pants. Pretty sure it was the front. It was like no advertising. I don't even think the pizza oven was on.
Right.
Pretty sure they were just there to launder money, is what I'm saying. So, but they'll be in the vlog. Yeah, and one little sign that had the names for the pizza. And it said, no slices. I'm like, fuck, okay. And they were pretty adamant with the font used. And there was exclamation marks and capital letters. Like, no fucking slices. Like, I get it. They didn't even have drinks. Fuck you. Okay. No napkin dispenser. Nothing. There was no infrastructure is what I'm saying. So, yeah. There was a lot of... Billy's went, wow, this is a lot of Canadian content. I'm like, it is.
Well, Unbelievable has a theory. He says they weren't mafia, they were managing the cover band.
Well, that comes to the next cover band. And, that was the other thing. The mix was bad. Heard the bass, all the bass and the kick drum. Couldn't really hear the guitar in the Bryan Adams cover band, which really sucked because there were some good guitar solos. Because I'm like, well, where does this guy learn how to mix music? Well, in between the live acts, it was disco's greatest hits. Disco this way, disco that way. I was not impressed. Like, I don't need to hear hot stuff. Baby, come on. No. Yes, well, you didn't miss much, Brian. So I think as a result of the lack of real entertainment, not that tribute acts aren't real entertainment. That's not what I'm saying, Terry, but that's exactly what I'm saying. When other years we had actual original artists, rather than impersonations of the bands, we actually had bands like 5440 and Lighthouse, which were later. So as a result, there was maybe, I'd say, 25% the crowd that it normally was. In other words, there was no crowd. There was people, but there was no crowd. The beer garden was full. The beer garden was full. And they extended the beer garden. They made it bigger so less people would pass out from beer. There's a few people. Oh, man, this one dude, he totally looked like DLR, too. Ooh. And I mean like modern day DLR with the shorter graying hair. And I was just waiting to start scatting at any minute, and he was enjoying his cold snacks because he looked totally presentable. I saw him the first time at 11:30 a.m. Shirt's all done up, hair's all nice. By 1:30, hair's disheveled, the shirt's unbuttoned, one button, and he's doing power staggerings around. I'm like, oh man, that guy was just giving her full send. And oh yeah, people were fully into. They were unloading cold snacks by the van load once an hour.
Wow.
Like pallets of tall boy cans. And then the van would pull out, and another van would pull in 45 minutes later. They're pulling stacks of flats of beer. Drunk dealer was awesome. He was, Billy. Exactly. So we found some shade under a nice little tree along the fence line. So we lean on the fence, partial shade, and just watch the world happen. And then the next big act was Elton Ron. Which, it's okay. Yeah. That was interesting, and didn't really wander around inside because saw everything in like 20 minutes, and wandered around the store a bit. Touch base with the pedal distributor guys out of Montreal who co-own Outlaw Effects. Friend Nathan. I didn't run into his boss Eric. Eric was off, and I didn't bother going back later to talk to Eric. But I saw some Jackson audio pedals. I'm like, ooh. I remember RJ demoing these a little while back. And I looked over, there's a Duesenberg guitar, made in Germany, Duesenberg, Charles. Ooh. Don't get to play one of them every day, right? Yeah. So a fellow, Mazel, just saying, Mazel. So put that on. Whoa, very fine guitar, very fine. I don't even know what it was based off of, but it fucking played nice. It was like a semi-hollow body F-hole thing. I don't know, but Lester Palfus size-ish range. I don't know. It was nice, real nice. Played well, so that was fun. No Explorers. Looked all around. And then Mayhem went, there's an Explorer! And I looked up, and he points out a camouflage LTD Explorer-shaped object.
Right.
To which I went, that is not an Explorer. That's an Explorer-shaped object. In other words, close but no cigar. Continue to look around. No. There was not much in the way Gibson products in general, because they made a big fucking PRS display along the other wall. Oh my! Thing, right? I was like, well, that looks rather on point for the event. I get it.
Come on, if you show up, we'll give you 30% of representation.
Yeah. I did not see Gary Guillen walking around. I was looking for him. Did not see him. Ricky Compton. We got Ryan OU812 is here as well.
Cheers, brother.
I guess everyone's saying Elton Ron was more Elton Wong.
Right. I don't know. I forgot my earplugs, so we just hung out right at the back of the venue because I can't be around a PA system without earplugs. So, and the store was crowded. And it was a bunch of people, like the Platinum Room. It's a bunch of fucking teenage millionaires with their daddy going, "You're so good. You're so good." Well, you have fucking East Frehley giving them lessons. Of course he is. Bad example for competent guitar players, but you get my point. Because, what's up, Mason Douglas? So, yeah. So, like, I'm not doing the Platinum. Fortunately, I've already played a lot of that nice stuff, because when I went to a NAMM show, I went, yes, I'll play a Sir. Yes, I'll play a Tom Anderson. Yes, I'll play a MacBook, or a Friedman, or anything else I can never afford, but I played it. The one I did want to play, and it was I'm sure that display case was locked. There is, makes it in the video, because they got to bring one, Terry, their Uber Duber Super Cooper 5,000 top PRS shaped object, that's just used, what is it made of? Unicorn horn inlays, I don't know, but
yeah.
$19,500 for a guitar. Let me explain. $19,500
Was that Canadian or U.S.?
Well, it was a Canadian event, Terry, so it would be Canadian.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I was... 19th... So you can try it. It's locked. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, we saw what you did to Paul anyways. You're not playing that, you greasy fingered slob. What's up, Sassy Cat? Yeah, the lawyer special. Exactly. So then it got to be about, I don't know, it was like, 2 o'clock or so. And then Riff just walks out. Well, I didn't know at the time, but this dude starts walking up. He's like, hey, Ben Coombs. I'm like, hey, random person who hopefully plays guitar.
Hi. Fuck this. Look for the exit.
It's always an interesting thing, like I look for the excitement in the eyes, Trev. I'm not gonna lie, I look for the excitement because that tells me they're not crazy. Well, they're crazy, but a different kind of crazy, right? And he's like, hey, I'm like, hey, he's like, and then he introduces his actual name. I'm like, that means nothing to me. Lifestyle choices. And he's Riff. I went Riff. Yes.
Yeah. Right on.
And then he said, Trev, he says, I sent you an email back a while back. I'm like, yes. Totally know about the email, blah, blah, blah. So we had a wonderful chat, the four of us.
Right on.
Billy Baloney and Absolute Mayhem and Riff and myself. And we just hang out. Billy was sucking on pints, cold snacks, if you will.
Nice.
Just when I was getting parched again, Mayhem's like, I got,
Refreshments.
neck back wetters in the cooler. I'm like, what? He packed. And he brought out a lemonade-flavored vitamin water, which is perfect. I'm getting all electrolytes in me, so I'm getting all hyper again. Because I had the CBD one, Charles, and I had the THC one, which I knew. I should have known. I'll show you why. I'll be back.
Oh.
Uh-oh. This is I have got to get up and get it kind of thing, huh? I don't know. If you got something in a cooler, you need to reveal that up front. Just saying.
Yeah.
That's maintain friendships.
All right. Now, I didn't notice this until I said, Billy? And he went, ooh, that's potent. Mayhem said the same thing. So, you'll see what flavor this is.
Blueberry jam.
Okay. Let's see if this focuses. What flavor does this say? Focus.
Blueberry jam.
Blueberry.
Blueberry.
Nice.
B-U-L-E. Berry jam.
Yeah. Blueberry.
Blueberry.
Maybe that's so that after you've been smoking it for a while, have you been using
maybe you read it properly.
You look at it and it makes sense.
It was full to the top when we arrived. That's what I'm saying. And it's a little on an angle, but it was pretty much full. And so, I don't know, 150 hits off of it over the course of a few hours.
Oh, Jesus.
So,
Puff, puff, puff.
by about 1 o'clock, I'm already I'm ready to go home. I'm good. I've been out in the sun. I'm good. But then I felt bad because Billy's there, and Billy had come up all the way from Cleveland, and I'm like, can't just hang out with a fellow for an hour or so and go, hey, see ya, So we decided at about 3 o'clock that's what we were going to do because we're out in the sun. Ooh, lifestyle choices out in the sun, and poor Fruitcake Tony was doing his anniversary show, and he sends me the link at like 1:30 in there. He's like, "I hope you make it tonight." I'm like, "I may not be awake by time." I'm like, dude, I'm fully into the lifestyle choices at this point, dude. I'm like, we'll see, and well, we didn't make it. So, yeah. So apologize to Tony for not making it out, but still got to charge it. Nice. So yeah, it was fun. Like I say, you got to hang out, meet people, and see people in three dimensions. So yeah. So at about 3:30, I'm like, better message Doug because he said he was going to be here about 4:30. I'm like, it's going to take him at least an hour. I'm like, bastard, man. Hey, Doug, change your plans. We ain't coming. we ain't sticking around. Sorry, dude. You know, which he understood, and so then he messaged me because instead of coming to Cosmo, he got a Soldano 412 cab.
Oh,
he wanted a 112, but he got a 412. So
Awesome.
no, he just it's 4 112s, right?
yeah, so which you were messaging on the way home and stuff, and then so yeah, it was a fun time. Yeah, Mayhem did not break the speed limit. No.
Was that despite your request too?
Oh, not me. No, I was just chilling. And he's like, yeah, he's like, most people get a little tense when I drive aggressively and stuff. I'm like, you want to hear it in passing gear constantly. Oh! I'm like, all right, kick back in the seat because I don't know, it's got like 5,000 horsepower or something because it's a modern Z28.
Wow.
I'm like, it's got all the grip control and all that stuff, and I'm like, whatever, And it's like, yeah, but man, I'm a racer. Until you hit $150, then I start paying attention. It's like, I'm good. Well, you be you, dude. I figure you've owned the car long enough, you should know how to drive it. Because he's owned the car as long as I've known him. Well, I wasn't going to say we averaged that much, but yeah, we did spent 2 hours to get there. It did not take 2 hours to get home. They were like, oh, there's a cop. Back it down, back it down, back it down. Past the cop. Hammer down, hammer down, hammer down. Yeah, he's like, well, let's drive home with the top down. I'm like, we're not driving down the highway with the top down when we've got brand new lids. I'm just saying, I didn't want to lose my lid. He's, that's why we got cheap lids. I'm like, so? It's still cool. No. And I got long hair. They'll end up with like one big dreadlock behind me. No.
Ben's face would look like he was whipped.
Whacking you.
Yeah. So, but it was fun. It was definitely a fun time, and get to do it again this Saturday, kind of, in a way. For those that live anywhere near Long and McQuaid, I'm supposed to mention this on tonight's show. Yes, this coming Saturday, Long and McQuaid is doing their Customer Appreciation Day. Saturday, June 10th, at every Long and McQuaid location that's participating.
Snacks.
See what that addendum I do on the end there, Trev?
Yep.
That's participating, because I don't know if they're all participating. So,
wow.
Was there any gear bought? No, I just got the hat, and well, we may have some pedals coming. So that was the idea on that.
That would be a good start to hopefully a future situation with them.
Not bought, but potentially acquired.
Yeah, I wasn't looking to buy any gear at Cosmo for the simple reason that I was thinking I got an Explorer to cover. So nice, yes, and Billy. Yeah, Billy has another story regarding that. That'll come up on this Wednesday's Water Buffalo meeting at 7 p.m. Eastern. No, it was quite fun. I did relay the one, Billy, to the guys last night about, well, we'll why not? We'll say because it's in Canada. This is why Canada's great. So Terry, our friend, he crosses the border, right? Gets out of traffic, pulls into a plaza, right? Strip mall, for those who don't know what plaza. Plaza is where there's a bunch of stores around a parking lot situation, right? So he pulls in, right, Terry? And he does a Google search for Lifestyle Choices store, we'll say, right? You know what the search result was? The store was in the fucking parking lot he was already in.
Oh, shit.
Because somebody was smart enough to put a Lifestyle Choices store right next to the fucking border. Because they know. As soon as you cross the border, like, we're going to get some Lifestyle Choices. Well, my friend, come on in.
You gotta love that. You just have to love that.
Wonder if he got you don't sound like you're from around here.
He's only from Cleveland. I don't think it would sound any different.
Yeah.
Actually, he didn't sound any different. I know. I talked to Billy quite a bit that day. Now, if it was Ryan Hall's walking in, no offense, Ryan Hall, if you're watching on replay,
He's listening. He's cutting.
you don't
off
exactly
grass.
sound like a hoser, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Hey, y'all got any of that wacky tobacco?" Hey? Oh. And I've just offended all of my southern viewers.
I was just gonna say, so you're saying Billy didn't make it out of the parking lot?
Oh, he made it. And then he had some disposable lifestyle choices as well. So, yeah. But fun time. I think that covers everything. Those are the three main topics of the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
All the boxes are checked.
All the boxes are checked.
Fruitcake is asking Charles, what's the two tellies behind him?
What tellies? No tellies behind me. You mean those? Wow.
You know how odd it looks with a Warlock with two tellies on it? Like,
Oh my god!
Telly,
yeah.
Warlock,
This is
Telly.
the oddest collection.
That is, yeah, that's. And when so, I'm into all kinds of guitars. Really?
Oh my god, that would be the ultimate. A Warlock with like a telly configuration.
There you go.
Warlock
Billy didn't
body.
ask for wacky tobacco. He asked for Latin lettuce.
You know
Jazz
that
cabbage also works.
You know, Ben, that fabric comes in another variation of colors, right?
Oh.
So, I figured maybe I don't do the cat's eye. Maybe I get that fabric again, but in the other color.
Oh,
And it looks like the mailman guitar, right?
I see what you're doing.
Yeah, no, those are the sister tellies. The one on the end over here is this one here is the one I had done for myself with the tell it's got the black knobs on it, and this is
Like, I'm supposed to tell what color the fucking knobs are from there, Charles. Jesus Christ. The guitar's across the room and you're on a quarter of the screen. Hey, BC Rich 581.
so in his house.
Actually, the Warlock is for his worship gig,
Yeah.
which I'll.
Yeah, Warlock for prayer and worship.
So, that would be hilarious.
That's right, BC Rich. I'm gonna play it at the next lunch gig.
I'm just thinking, like in the 80s when the Hondos with the fake blood splatter, like you break your main guitar, you're playing worship gigs, so you have to borrow your son's blood spatter Warlock.
Oh yeah.
Which that would just be epic,
That
right?
would
You're
be
like,
hilarious.
"Go church." Speaking of which, I did help a fella today. Fella was give or take around our age. Son plays, right? So, all right, rant time. Fucking Epiphone. They have released, Charles, a 61 SG reissue.
Oh.
What is wrong with that name? Terry, what's wrong with that name? Come on, both of you should know that.
It's the
Trev?
one here, right?
There's no such thing as a 61 SG. They were called Les Pauls in 61. They
Right.
look like an SG, but those were Les Pauls.
Yeah, but
So-
I guess you must Les said take my name off it. It's
so-
retroactive.
That started a conversation. So the guy's like, I'm looking for a guitar for my son. Like, oh, and he's looking at a, dare I say, olive green SG with a Vibrola style or Maestro trim, whatever they're fucking called. I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, the ones with the big pearl fucking handle on it
Yeah.
that are always
Side
turned around the
trim.
other way because you don't fucking touch them without going out of tune, right? So he says, "Oh yeah." I said, "Oh, he says, so you need a wiggle stick?" He says, "Yeah." Son's been looking at him, like say they did the wiggle stick. I'm like, "Oh yeah." I said, is he subtle with the wiggle, like blues player, or does he want to just give her like? He goes, oh no, he's looking to be a shredder. I'm like, that is not the guitar for him. No. I said that's the second worst trem system you could get if you want to shred. He's like, well, what's the worst? So I pointed next to it. There happened to be right next to it, Charles. Convenient example, a 335 with a big speed. I said, that's the worst. He says, why? I said, because if you dive on that, the strings come unhooked off the fucking device. How lovely is that? Dive bombing, the strings come off. Mm-hmm. Cool trick, once a set. No. So, I'm like, no. So, what's he playing on now? He says, well, he's playing on my guitar now. What's your guitar? I've never met you before. Made in Korea, Squire Strat. I said, ooh, those are nice. He says, that's not what people usually react. I'm like, you don't know on the market. I'm like, that fucker is going up by the month. Korean Strats are worth money. They're going to be the next. For you collectors out there, the Korean Strats are the next Japanese Strats from the 80s, is what I'm saying.
Riff.
Thank you very much. Riff. Yes, we're not saying Mayhem may have pawned off a bag of lifestyle choices into Riff's pocket.
I was thinking, speculating maybe it was for cooler pass. You get a pass to the cooler.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Riff. I really appreciate it. So, he's telling me he's got the Squire Strat, and I'm like, yeah, that's all right, but he wants to. I'm like, all right, we need. So I'm looking around. Oh, I found it. And I was shocked at the price, actually. It was cheaper than I thought, which is very rare in today's world. So we picked up a Kramer Pacer. Priced at $550 Canadian. 2 humbuckers, Floyd Rose Special. Right?
Nice.
I thought those guitars should be $750. They're priced at only $550 for some reason. I said, and I told him. Because they didn't have any lower-end Ibanez. They only had jazzy Ibanez. They didn't have a shreddy Ibanez. Now, I knew there was some down the street, but I'm not. But say that in the store.
Right.
So, all right. He's like, oh. He says, ooh. Okay. So he takes photos of it to run it by the son. That's the deal. And I said, the flip-flop plate Charvel was nice. Ooh, speaking of which, that traffic cone orange Charvel there was an orange San Dimas in there, priced right for like $750 the other day, and it's gone today. I didn't see it today. It was in there on Friday. It was only put out last week. That went fast. Yeah. So someone's got like a construction pylon orange San Dimas.
Well, it is a popular series.
Yeah, but this one, the new one with the flip-flop paint, Terry. Oh my God, so awesome. With the chameleon paint, it was so awesome with all the metal flake. So, yeah, that was cool. So I think he's going to go through that sale. Other than that, what else happened last week? No, hold on. Yeah, I got to shoot some videos tomorrow for videos for the rest of the week. I got one video already done for this week. I got to finish the Cosmo video. Will be up either tomorrow or Wednesday. Hang on. If I do it tonight. Hey, Bonkers. What's up?
Bonkers.
So,
cheers.
Oh, great.
Great amp update. Still hanging out in the garage, Joe. Still there. It has not moved. Thought about plugging it in the other day. Just to annoy the neighbors. Yeah.
Nice.
Let's play it on clean. I crate on clean at stage volume. Blink, blink. No.
Definitely an outside toy.
Yeah, we did get the new 5-space rack, so that'll be filling up shortly, I guess. Figure that out. Take some guitars back out of cases that are currently in cases.
There's one way to do it.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'd rather buy all new guitars for it. I mean, That'd be the ultimate way to do it.
It's true.
But that's not going to happen. I don't have that budget. Although I would like that Charvel. Although, like, I need a guitar with a floating Floyd Rose. I don't. And I kind of like that Kramer, too. I really like that Kramer for $550. And the funny part, 3-way selector for the 2 pickups, Trev, it's just a mini toggle, a 3-way mini toggle. It's the only pickup selector. I'm like, I love that!
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Yep. And with color matching headstock, which I said, color matching headstock improves your tone by 8%. He says, I've heard that. And I went, I like him. I like this guy a lot. So, yep. And then you would have loved my illustration, Charles. Like, explain the Vibrola trem. I said, look, go on Google right now. Look at any old fucking guitar with this trem on it. Every one of the players, either the bar's missing or it's rotated around out of the way. Why? Because if you look at it wrong, your guitar goes out of tune. Don't. You went, okay. I'm like, come on. And Travis is like, it's not that bad. I'm like, it is. It's an abomination. He's like, okay. Note to self: do not push a Vibrola bass guitar when Ben's in the store. What's up, Joe Alba?
Well, considering all that Vibrola is basically just a bunch of thin bent metal.
Right.
And then as soon as you wiggle it, you actually start making it weaker.
What's up, Boner Jam?
Which is the story
Boner.
behind that. Hey, Boner.
It looks the business, though, right?
Oh, yeah. And before I forget yet again, what the fuck, EVH, as a brand, not the gentleman, shipping Wolfgangs without detunas? Shame. Shame.
Indeed.
The Jazzmaster Mustang trims. Yeah, those are the Maestro trims. So, yeah, well, I don't like a trim where once you put the bar in, the bar has to stay in. You shouldn't be removing it all the time. Like, well, I don't want to put it in a case with, so it's wearing it out all the time. No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, you don't want to put that under pressure.
Yeah, and, not to throw Fender under the bus, but it has been made aware to me that not just Squires, but Fenders as well, are shipping to stores, and they're forgetting to include the fucking trim bars.
Oh
when the
my
Stratocaster
god!
takes
Wow,
Yo.
that's crazy.
Yep.
Ben, there's an interesting comment in the chat.
That Bo does not have any EVH guitars.
Yes.
Where's the word yet on the end? That's yet. Although, Bo, I think you might have missed the boat on that one because I'm looking at their. I don't know. They don't seem quite as good.
I thought Bo had an EVH amp at least.
They're really big on the exotic woods Wolfgangs. I'm like, no, I don't want a jazz boxy Wolfgang. Stay in your lane, EVH. Exactly.
There you go. We were worried. We were worried.
Bo's on the phone right now with his Sweetwater Reps team.
So, and I was told when I did the rant at the store about the lack of the detuners on the Wolfgangs, I was told, Trev, you brace yourself. Because I know you've been hanging out in the straight community a bit. I was told, well, the American ones come with one still. And I replied, well, considering the American is a custom shop build, it better fucking come with a $100 detuner.
Yeah. For like $3,500. Yeah. Does that come with a case?
Stuff Eddie Van Haskell. So, yeah. So, I'm going to go in for... speaking of which, should I demo or try demoing a baritone telly?
Of course.
Like to
Why
see
not? You haven't done it.
Especially if you A-B it with a non-baritone. So we can see what the differences are side by side.
No, I'm not doing that, Trav. No, I'm just going to demo the guitar as a guitar demo.
Fine.
I'm not doing a deep dive. I'm in the store. I can do that here. I can do A-Bs in here. Can't do it there.
I know they got the Squire Classic Vibe series now for baritone.
I'm going to... this is a rebuttal period, I'd like to do an editorial rebuttal based on Guitar Safari the other day, and Seth mentions the back plate with no screws, which Charles agreed with. I was going, you ordered a back plate. You didn't order a back plate set. Now, if it says back plate set, Charles, you get screws. But if you just order a back plate, no, you don't want screws, because screws, you use the screws that were already in that neck. That's the way that works. You don't swap screws unless you have to swap screws. You know this, Charles. Trev, you're a woodworker. You know this. Keep the screws. I even keep matching. I know which ones come out of which hole. I don't even mess around with that.
Right, but a lot of times if you're buying a back plate, it's because it's a new neck that hasn't been drilled yet. So that's why when I look from, I'll look from the screws. But
the assemblies.
It's like I had said in one of my videos before. When I take a back plate off a neck, I will put the screws in a bag and I will take the screws to that neck.
All right. So here's a word of advice. If you order a back plate and you don't have screws and you need screws, okay? Just as an example, this isn't it. Take your appropriately sized screwdriver, Charles, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I prefer a stubby for this application. Stick it in the back pocket, okay? Get in your car, go down to the local guitar center. There's a whole rack of guitars that all have four screws in the back. You can pull one out of each. It's like pulling a single lug off each wheel. You'll never miss it. Never miss it. And they're in like new condition even. I'm just saying. So that's where. Yep.
Oh my.
Also, a great way to get new fuses for your amp. Just go to a store that sells the same model amp. And that's why a lot of places you can't even access the fuses on the amps anymore. Aaron was running the problem with that when he worked at Guitar Center. Every time they go to turn on an amp, someone would snag the fuse out of it. Like all their amps in the store. See ya, Doc.
It's like getting the bathroom key now. You got to go to the counter and get the little fuse to put in the amp before you want to try it.
Go, Boner Jams. Thank you. Got a nice present in the mail this week. Nice. Looking forward to it. Awesome. So yeah, that's where you can get affordable screws. But yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm like, every time I've seen back plates for sale, I've never seen them with the screws. So, and then I've seen separately neck screws for sale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, saw some fuses for sale at Cosmo, but they were the wrong length. They want the half length that I always need.
And another thing too, when you're
that's why the price was low, Seth, because there was no screws.
Also, make sure the length of the screw is appropriate.
Right, because depending on the application, some screws are too long and some are too short.
Then you might end up finding your neck screws actually coming out of your fretboard.
Sort of like going to a NASCAR race with summer teeth. Summer teeth and, well, summer not.
Charles is
yes, Sassy. It can be if you declare what it is, because they put a ton of duty on food imports of any kind.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid borders.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would love that. But yes. So, other than that, I don't know if I got anything else. If Charles was smart, he put a link to his channel in the chat here. Everyone should check out Guitar Safari. It's on at noon Eastern. Noon Eastern every Sunday, weather permitting. And I said, because I've heard the alarm go off at Charles's house. Tornado in here! I'm like, oh, that's serious.
Welcome, Donald Fisher.
I'm Donald. Yeah, he says, hey guys, I always enjoy the live shows. Awesome. I just ordered an Empress compressor Mark II. I'm new to pedals. It's a lot of money. Do you think I overspent? See, I want to say yes because I'm a cheap SOB, but I can't, because I was looking at Empress pedals last week in the display. And I'm like, oof, da May, Trev, 600 bones, for But then you look, and it's a NASA command center. You know, like I don't think they make a pedal with under 14 knobs. It seems, you know, like it seems like you get a lot of pedal for that lot of price. Is what I'm saying. They don't seem like they're ripoff. I believe they're made in Ottawa, Ontario. Yeah, and I've never heard a bad thing about an Empress pedal.
No, neither have I. They've always
so there we go.
high praise.
Except Charles didn't leave the space between channel and then the website, so I don't think it would work. Rookie mistake. I'm just saying, Charles. Rookie mistake. It's okay. I'm looking out for you, bud. I want people to be able to click the link. It's not like when you send someone a video from out of YouTube Studio like I did last night.
It's okay. It's clickable. I hit it. Took me down.
Oh, it is.
All right. Yeah, so there.
See, the
so there
is
Charles
King Canadian. What he said there was "fuck you, Ben," but he was being nice about it. So there. Right.
Yeah.
So, other than that, yeah, if you're near or along McQuaid this Saturday, I don't know when. I don't know, noon to 4. Let's go with noon to 4. Go. Hey, they got food, entertainment, and deals. So there you go. I don't know. I think there's food. I think I saw. Well, they had a sandwich board there that somebody drew noodle. I don't know. They drew all over. Is what I'm saying, Charles. And someone drew a cake, and it was a slice of cake. So that tells me they got food.
Yeah, sheet cake. So
you get your sheet on. You get your sheet cake on. They probably got some poor bastard slaving over a hot barbecue, making the cheapest hot dogs known to man. All that's left is relish to
Costco
put on
hot
them.
dogs.
Great. If someone tipped over the ketchup and the mustard ran out half an hour ago, so all that's left is relish.
Well, and Quentin was ahead of you in line, so he took all the ketchup.
He took all the ketchup.
Oh, yeah.
of course.
Yeah. Hashtag all the ketchup. So
There's Keith.
Right on.
Hey, Keith.
yeah, the festival Cosmo Fest was north of Toronto in Richmond Hill. Although we weren't really in Richmond Hill, we're in Concord.
Ooh, that'd be nice. Tiramisu cake.
We were at Major Mac and Leslie. For those that are in the GTA, they'll know Major Mac used to be the northern boundary of the city, essentially. And then Leslie runs all the way from right downtown all the way up to there. So, yeah. So, on that note, we should probably wrap things up because it's, it's been an extra time and stuff. This Wednesday, Buffalo meeting, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. See what I did there? Even remember the time zones. I don't know what time that is in Melbourne, Australia, John. I don't know. I think you're 14 hours ahead of me. So I'm going to say 9 a.m. Thursday for you. I don't know. Guaranteed Elton Wong lives in Markham. Or I'm guaranteed. Do we do one last story about Markham, Charles?
I think you do. You opened it up. You got to go there now.
All right. For those who don't know, Markham, which is north of Scarborough, it's the northeast corner of the city. Okay. Let's say over the last quarter century, a lot of Asian populations moved in, and by a lot of Asian, I'm pretty sure half of mainland China lives there now, or more. I don't know.
Probably.
This story. My story. Mine. So it's 15 years ago even, and it's only more. Okay, so 15 years ago, we're going to a wedding, wedding reception at one of these dedicated. Like they got 4 big rooms in this big fucking place, and it's all weddings all the time, like Flushing, Queens. Exactly, Joe, except Asian and not Jewish. Okay, so. Is that the time before the phones with the cameras? So we had a camera, and the girlfriend's like, the batteries are dying. I'm like, of course the batteries are dying, because you didn't think to bring fucking batteries with you. Will you go get me some batteries? I'm like, you know what, Charles? The speeches are about to start. I've already finished dinner. I wouldn't mind going out for a dart, because I still smoked at the time. Perfect timing to go be the good boyfriend getting the batteries. Mm-hmm. Now, I mentioned it's a large Asian population. So, going where the Canadian vernacular. Across the street, there's a plaza. For those joining late, a plaza is a bunch of stores around a parking lot, also known as a strip mall. Okay? So, I crossed the, because it was like Major Mac, 6 lanes, cross the traffic, go there. I shit you not, Trev, not one sign was in English. Yeah. Now, I'm not being a xenophobe, but
just no idea what's going on.
Canada is a bilingual country, dealer's choice. French or English, I don't care. Choose one, and then, you can do a half and half. Half English, half. Again, I'm going to assume Mandarin, just based on population density of the world. I'm like, okay. So I can't read. What I'm saying, Charles, is I can't read any of the signs. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I saw this like mini mall, which I call it because you go inside and there's like 6 stores. So it's a mall, but it's really mini. All right. And so as I'm about to go in there, I see this dude coming out. And politely, Trev, I said, "Excuse me, I don't mean to seem rude, but I'm looking for a convenience store to buy some batteries, and I can't read any of these fucking signs." And the dude's reply was, "Dude, I'm Korean. I'm as lost as you are." I apologize for not realizing he was Korean, and this is not. I'm like, dude, I'm just out of my element. I apologize. Okay. So that's my story. Well, and then I saw a Tim Hortons, Terry. Haha, that's a sign in English. However, apparently the only English they knew was double double. I'm like, batteries? And they're like, no batteries. Double double? No double double. Need to buy batteries. Where can I buy batteries? Double double? No.
Double? No. Double A. No. Double A.
I'm thinking, all right, Tim Hortons being the bastion of Caucasianness, there's got to be a Billy Bob sitting around, shooting the breeze, and a Tim Hortons. I look around. There's no white people. That's fine. Fine. And the confusion was obvious to the one gentleman who's a cab driver, it turns out. And a very nice olive-skinned gentleman. Again, could have been Lebanese. Could have been Greek. I don't know. And he says, "What you looking for?" I say, "Well, I need batteries." He goes, "All right, there's a Becker's." I'm like, "Fuck, I know what a fucking Becker's is." There's a Becker's 2 blocks up. Fuck the score. Go to Becker's. For those who don't, Becker's is like a Circle K.
Hey, Mark.
7-Eleven kind of thing.
A 7-Eleven, if you will. Yes.
Yeah.
What's up, Mark? So, yeah, which I didn't realize it was like half a mile or more. There's 2 blocks because they're like long city blocks.
Hey, Kurt.
What's up, Kurt? Another host from the End of the Bus Network. Wednesdays, 9 p.m. So, I walk a good half hour each way, Charles, to get the batteries. Mm-hmm. I got mud on my shoes and the pant leg of the suit. I was wearing a suit too, which was okay because it was a little, it was evening. It was like a little cool, but no, not walking. I'm sweating balls by that time. So then I'm doing that Eddie Money thing where I'm carrying the suit jacket on the finger over the shoulder. Mm-hmm. Take me home tonight because I need 2 tickets to Paradise. I'm going to get them. Okay. And so, batteries. I'm going to the bar. What took you so long? You missed all the speeches. You missed this. I didn't get any photos of anything.
Batteries.
Noted. She is not around anymore. Finally. And that's the last time I went to a wedding in Markham.
It's too much. Too much.
On that note, Terry's been Terry. Trev's still Trev. See?
That was awesome.
Charles is in charge. Had to do it. You've known me years. It's the first time I've done it.
Yes.
And so, yes, we got videos coming out. If you're new, please subscribe. Although after that last story, you probably aren't. Water Buffalo meeting in a couple of days.
Members and patrons, we'll see you there.
Yep. And
Special
4
invites have
Pacific,
gone out.
7 Eastern.
what's that, Charles?
The special invites have gone out.
The special invites have already gone out. Perfect. Yeah. So we'll see ya when we see ya. Hold those doors open. Let Dennis Ellis in ahead of you in traffic. The field button's here, right at the end. Field button at the end. All the way from Oregon. They're racing out in Portland on the weekend. Just saying. So yeah. Doors, karma, and litter. Not only don't litter, but if you see a piece of litter that's not too gross, pick it up. I get it if it's covered in like all kinds of mung and DNA. I get it. Leave it. But if it looks kind of fresh, pick it up. Just pick it up. I would. I have.
Mazel.
Mazel.